Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is one of the toughest calls anyone can make, but every day survivors of domestic violence, mostly women, contact the police to report their abusers. But that's just the first step in a sometimes long process. Like other crimes, there is an investigation and then a court date. Our Riley Livingston is live in Columbus with a group who want survivors to know they are not alone.
Andrea, most victims don't like to talk about it, but tonight these people here are at a vigil to show their support for families torn apart by domestic violence. For survivors, the road to freedom can end in a courtroom, but for some, taking that final step can be hard. Tina Rogers spends a lot of time working to bring justice to domestic violence victims. They tell her they want closure.
Telling your side of the story about what actually happened to you is super important, and they feel strongly that they need to get that out.
But for others, it's hard to follow through.
Fear in general is powerful because the unknown is always scary to people. Then they also have the fear of the potential person, the defendant, that they might be scared of, and sometimes threats are made or whatever the case may be, and so they're scared to come to court for that particular reason.
Sometimes the victims have made amends at that point.
That doesn't stop the prosecution.
When the victims don't show up to court, we make every effort to try to reach out to them to see if they have a recommendation.
We can't reach them by letters. We then go past their houses or their place of employment. And then after that point, then we'll try to contact their next of kin. We try every method known to man to try to contact them because we want them aware of the process and what's going to happen next in their case.
Carly Estes says it's important for victims to feel like someone hears them.
It is very important for the victims to show up to grand jury because they're the ones that filed the complaint, they were the ones that were wronged, and they are the ones that need to tell their story. Court has to take their recommendation into consideration, so it's very important for them to tell us their recommendation so we make sure that their voice is heard and they get justice for the crime that was committed against them.
It's a story both Estes and Rogers will continue to tell, one case at a time. Rogers tells me that the most dangerous time for a victim is when they try to break it off with an abuser. Reporting live in Columbus, Riley Livingston, WCBI News.